Yo, what up guys? Sammy Lee here from the Soul Brothers, and today I got a special I'm still wearing it. I don't know why I'm still wearing it. Hold on, let me take this off. Alright, so this is the shoe that I just got in. Obviously you guys already know from the title, but this is the PG3 NASA colorway. I'm not sure, I still really don't like this colorway, but getting it in hand and putting them on my foot, playing in them and stuff. I played in them once yesterday. And doing all that, I actually am starting to like the shoe. I still really don't like this colorway. I think the silver, orange, and blue is just weird. But the other colorways that have leaked and that we've seen are actually pretty dope. Or not dope, but like a lot better than my first impressions of the actual shoe. But anyways, this is my first impressions of the PG3. And I guess let's go over the tech as well. But let's get it started with the traction. So circles. At first, I thought it was inspired by octopuses. I don't really know. But yeah, it looks like the suction cups on an octopus arm. But it was actually inspired by moon craters. So, which is really interesting. But yeah, you have circles. Traction seems really good. Let me try squeaking. Hold on. It's pretty squeaky. I played in them yesterday. Bite was really good. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it does pick up a little bit of dust. It probably won't focus because it's on manual, but yeah, there is a little bit of dust. I need to clean my floors, but yeah, it seems like it picks up a little bit, but it is pretty damn easy to wipe. Like, I just do a slight wipe and the dust is actually just gone. So dust seems pretty good. Bite on the clean court and also on my wood floors was really good as well. So I'm thinking the rubber compound that they used is phenomenal. And also another thing is, I thought durability was going to be a pretty big issue on this, but if you look at the outer, I guess the lining of the circle pattern, it's actually pretty thick. And if you look at me trying to like bend it and stuff, it's actually pretty hard to bend it or like move it or anything. If you see from the close-up shot, it's pretty hard to move and it's pretty damn thick. And not only that, but also pretty damn deep as well. So I'm thinking durability actually is going to be good. I don't think any of the rubber is gonna actually like rip off or tear off or anything. Maybe it might wear down and like fray off, kind of like in the 0.2s. The 0.2 was really bad, but the 0.2 was actually a lot more pliable. This is a little bit harder, so I'm thinking durability will be a little bit better on indoor courts. On outdoor courts, I'm not sure yet, but as of right now, traction seems really good and I'm very impressed with it right now. In the middle of the traction, you can see it's basically a midfoot shank. It is exposed and it's plastic. Probably the same exact type of shape as the PG1 and the PG2. So there's that. Moving on to the cushion. The cushion, we're not 100% sure what it is. The designer, I think his name is Tony Hardman or something like that. He said in the interview of the PG3 that it is a softer foam. So we're not 100% sure what it is. Maybe it's injected Phylon, maybe it's Cushlon, I don't know. Because it might even be Cushlon, because just like walking around in it and also playing in it just once, there's a lot of crease marks on this cushion. So I'm thinking maybe it's Cushlon, because Cushlon does crease up really easily, or maybe just injected Phylon. Whatever the foam is, it doesn't really matter, but it actually is pretty damn soft. Comparing to the PG1 and the PG2, where the heel cushion was absolutely horrendous, really bad, especially for heel strikes. The PG3 actually has a lot of compression in the heel, and it feels pretty damn nice. That's a nice welcome feature for the PGs. And of course, you guys already know it's a bottom loaded, or it might be the same. The PG1 was a bottom loaded zoom unit in the forefoot. The PG2, I guess it is. What would you call that? It's like, because it takes the entire space of the midsole, so there's really no midsole. It's just the zoom unit that you're gonna feel. And so I don't really know what to call that. Top bottom loaded. I guess it's both, but it's probably the same exact setup as a PG2 actually. I can definitely feel it, but I feel like it needs to break in a little bit more, and it's probably gonna be pretty damn nice. Definitely not as much as like the 0.2 for me. The 0.2 was actually pretty damn crazy, and I think the 0.2 is actually a lot bigger of a unit. Probably around the size of the Kyrie 5, but it's still a nice little 4-foot zoom unit. And the cushion being softer and the foam being softer in the heel is a nice welcome. You do have an insole. It says NASA on it. It's pretty thick and it feels pretty damn nice, especially for stepping comfort. So I'm happy about that. So the cushion, overall, it seems like it did improve from the previous models of the PG. So I'm happy about that. Cord feel seems good as well. Another thing that's really interesting is that where it says the zip code of Palmdale 93552, that white part is actually rubber. I think it's just rubber. And they just painted the rubber white because it really is super stiff, doesn't compress at all. It's only the silver part that is the soft foam, so that's just a little interesting thing there. Another thing it says is don't tell me the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon. It's a little cheesy, but okay. Moving on to the materials. The materials are very, very thin, which I like. I like really thin, minimal feeling materials. But feeling it in hand right now, it feels very plasticky and super cheap. This colorway of the PG3, you know, it seems like it's a different material, especially like how it's woven and stuff. Because looking at the pictures of the PG3, the BHM colorway, there was also a triple white colorway, and I think PG was also wearing like a black and white colorway. And if you kind of zoom in on the materials, it seems like a different type of pattern. And especially on the BHM, you can definitely see that it is a different material or different like kind of woven pattern on it. And yeah, this material feels pretty damn cheap. I was kind of disappointed because, you know, I did like the materials in the PG2s. You have this weird synthetic material. It feels very plasticky as well with the synthetic in the toe. It just feels very, very cheap. All the materials on the shoe feel really, really cheap. The tongue, you know, the wings, whatever synthetic material that is. The shoe is 110 bucks, so I'm not really, you know, trying to, you know, bag on it too much, but it really doesn't feel great. On foot though, it's not bad. It's like it's soft, it's thin, it conforms to your foot really well. So on foot, I like it on foot. It's just like in hand, it doesn't feel great. But we'll have to see. I'm definitely gonna, you know, get other colorways, and because I really don't like this colorway. But yeah, I'm gonna get other colorways and we'll do like comparisons and stuff. But that's what I feel right now. Of course, they did keep the wings from the PG2, and that's what the designer said. He kept the wings from the PG2 for lateral containment and support, which is a good thing. You know, it's right where basically you're. I guess it's more of like in the midfoot than the forefoot, but it's still kind of in the forefoot, and that's where you put a lot of force when you're doing crosses, step backs. So I'm sure this will add a little bit of support for lateral containment. In the heel, in the ankle area, you have this really weird silver material. It's really interesting, and it's basically the same thing in the tongue as well. But the tongue is really weird. So it's basically a one booty upper, you know, and then it cuts off, and then the tongue kind of goes underneath the upper. So I guess it is a one booty or maybe like a 3/4 booty, because it really the tongue is not independent from the shoe. It's attached to the shoe. So that's a really interesting design. What Tony Hartman said is that he wanted to shed a little bit of weight or a good amount of weight from the PG2, and he said they shed off 1 ounce, which is actually pretty nice. You do have it's not an Achilles pillow, but you do have a pronounced lip in the ankle area for, I guess, you know, heel containment, which we'll get into. And also another thing that they did change is they kept the entire material in the ankle area one material, because in the PG2s it was, I guess, like a dual, like 2 materials, and obviously that if you have more materials and a lot more layers, it's gonna be thicker. So they got rid of all of that. It definitely feels a lot more minimal and lighter on foot. Moving on to the fit. The fit is actually pretty much the same as the PG2. So go true to size. It's slightly narrow, and it's actually a really good fit for me. Easy to put on with a really pronounced heel tab. So yeah, fit for me was great. If you have a wide foot and you've tried the PG2, I'd probably suggest going up half a size. Alright, moving on to the weight of the shoe. It's 11.98 ounces, so basically 12 ounces. I guess that's average. I guess a little bit lighter than normal. Or for my shoes, for my size, the average is around 12.5 ounces. So 12 ounces is actually pretty damn light. Does it feel light? Yes, it feels really light on foot, and also really, really minimal, no bulk at all. And that's one thing I love to have in my basketball shoes. Moving on to the aesthetics. The overall silhouette of the shoe is growing on me, especially with the BHM colorway. The BHM color is actually pretty sick. It does look simple, and I do love simple looking shoes, but not in the way of like a simple, like, I don't know, it just looks simple, but like budget, you know? So I don't really like that about the entire design. And I really don't like this colorway. It's just never gonna grow on me. I really hate it. Tell us what you guys think of this colorway and also the overall silhouette. So the price is $120. They did raise the price $10, and I don't know why they did, because they really didn't improve on the technology. The materials seems, you know, cheaper. The tech, the zoom, I guess they did improve on the cushion, but I don't really think that justifies a $10 increase. So that does kind of suck. But it's still like a pretty cheap shoe, 120 bucks. But overall, I feel like it's gonna be a really good performer, solid, and I'm very excited to play in these. So that's my first impressions of the PG3s. It is coming out on January 26th. So if you guys do want to cop this actual colorway, get ready. You know, mark your calendars, and it'll be available on sneakers, I believe. Not sure how limited it's going to be, but yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.